I know it's been a tough one, and I just hope and pray that 2021 is full of hope, optimism and happiness. We had a client attended here. This is a very, I think a lot of people will enjoy this procedure for one of two reasons. In the left ear, which is the ear that we're performing the procedure in at the moment, there's a huge plug of earwax that I've removed off the patient's eardrum. You'll see that in a moment. And the right ear, that's for all the people that really enjoy the dead skin peels. It's the skin peel in the right ear, so do tune in, that's going to be after this left ear. It's probably one of the toughest, thickest pieces of dead skin that I've removed, and it's a bit of a challenge. So I hope you all enjoy. So with the left side, just using a Zollner suction probe. This is the only instrument we can use for this particular patient in the wax being so deeply impacted. You can't use an earlock. The earlock will just slice through this soft wax, similar with forceps. And a Jobson horn, it's just too deep in. If you're trying to get a Jobson horn in behind this wax, you're going to graze against the ear canal wall, make contact with the eardrum. So we use endoscopic ear suction, what I have coined and termed e-suction. Tympanic membranes fully visible, the patient's hearing significantly better. I just want to mop up around the edge. The patient had been using drops prior to attending, and the day before attending he unfortunately used cotton bud or Q-tip, cotton swab as they call it in America, which impacted this wax right up against his eardrum. He woke up in the middle of the night in a panic because he completely lost his hearing on this side. He was hearing worse. Fortunately, it was just the wax that impacted against the eardrum. The eardrum is otherwise healthy and intact. There's no trauma. It hasn't perforated it or injured it or bruised it, so it's very fortunate. Just using a fine end gauge, I think I've been pronouncing that incorrectly. Someone pointed me out. I've been calling it a fine end gauge, but it's actually gauge, so I do apologise. So just using a fine end gauge, size 18, just to mop up around the edge. I mean, we're not really too concerned by that. Actually, it's not including a bit of wax. It's actually healthy. I'm going to be doing a talk for the International Audiological Medicine Seminar Symposium on the 9th of January. And the talk is focused around several management. It's an international talk, so I'm very privileged to be invited to give that lecture. And I'm going to be spending a bit of time discussing the benefits of earwax. We always think about earwax as a negative secretion from the ear, but actually it provides a lot of health benefits. And I'll try and record that seminar that I give, that lecture, try and upload it. Just on the right side now, so the right ear is a completely different consistency of the wax. The wax is very dry, crumbly. The patient hadn't been using any drops on this side, very reluctant to put drops in both ears. Because when you put ear drops to soften earwax, it can exacerbate your symptoms prior to having it removed. And that's because the wax absorbs the drops, it swells, it expands, and it creates more blockage in the interim period in the short term. So just using a Jobson horn now, just trying to separate this dead skin. So there's keratin dead skin on the posterior and anterior canal walls, on the back part of the ear canal and the front part of the ear canal, and attached to that is some wax. So just try to lift that, separate that off the canal wall, and I'm using some forceps now to get some purchase and extract this. I managed to get some dead keratin off the posterior canal wall, that's the back part of the ear canal. So now this is dead keratin that's adhered to the front part of the ear canal, so we can call that the anterior part of the ear canal, and it's quite lateral, this bit, so lateral is near the entrance. And the skin is a lot thicker and tougher than the norm, I would say. So the skin that lines the outer third of the ear canal, so the skin that lines the cartilage portion of the ear canal, is approximately 1 millimetre in thickness, and then the skin that lines the inner 2/3 of the ear canal is made of bone. It's a very thin, delicate layer of skin, 1/10 of the thickness of the skin that lines the outer third, so it's around 0.1 millimetres in thickness. And this skin, as it dies and sheds, it naturally migrates outwards and sideways out of the ear. So the ear's evolved for the skin to naturally migrate out of the ear. If it didn't, then everyone's ears would be very clever. It has evolved over the years to naturally expel and migrate dead skin. And this skin sheds approximately, I think, 3.4 milliliters a month. It's the same, how quickly the rate of the skin shedding and migrating is similar to your fingernails. So your fingernails on average grow 3.4 milliliters a month, which equates to about 0.14 millimeters per day. Just an interesting fact if you're interested in that. So just using a combination of suction now and also the forceps. So this skin is now extending more medially, deeper into the ear canal and the bony part. However, it's still very, very thick, unusually thick. The forceps really grabbing onto it, trying to pull this off. Now, whenever you remove dead skin, keratin, unfortunately, you do get some blistering. You'll see that the patient will have some blistering at the end of the procedure on the base of the bony part of the ear canal and also some of the anterior canal wall. So if you pull some dead skin off your finger, for example, in winter we often get frostbite, you get some dry skin on our fingers. Peel that, you also get blistering on your finger. It's completely painless for the patient as well. And I did ask him on a couple of occasions whether it was okay. He was really tugging at this. The patient was absolutely fine. He was actually quite enjoying it. He found it therapeutic. But yes, it can cause some blistering. Again, just really trying to tug onto this dead skin. It's very thick layer, and it's extremely adhered to the normal. And my main part of the reasoning removing this dead skin is that the skin is not going to shed. It's been there for a long time already. It's very thick, and this is the natural. So I'm hoping the undergrowth, the fresher layer of skin, the next layer of epithelial skin cells does migrate, because if the skin doesn't migrate out of the ear, then earwax won't migrate out of the ear. So as the skin sheds, it's a conveyor belt. It's got that conveyor belt motion, and the wax that sits on top of the dead skin also then naturally migrates out of the ear. But it can only do that if the skin sheds. So I just wanted to remove as much of this dead skin that's coating the ear canal that I don't feel is going to migrate. It's too thick. Some suction probes. So the forceps did help, but the suction also has a pivotal role. Just trying to lift this off, get a suction grip pull away towards me. You can see I'm always trying to tear this. Using a fine end gauge, otherwise it clarinets when you suction dead skin. It can emit a very loud, almost deafening, high frequency squeal. We call that clarinetting, and that skin just flaps at the entrance of the suction probe, and it's extremely loud, even for the clinical ear care specialist. So a fine end gauge is best to attach a fine end gauge, sorry, not gauge. You're going to have to get out that habit to reduce, limit any clarinetting. So you probably saw some of the blistering there at the base of the ear canal. That will just heal, that's fine for the patient. It wasn't anywhere. So this skin on the posterior canal, we can see there is a bit of dead skin there, so I'm just going to hover over this. It's not as thick as the dead skin on the anterior canal. This will kind of naturally migrate, so I'm just hovering over it just to get the excess. We're never going to get every little speck out. This might look a lot on using an endoscope. Don't want to, sometimes although I want to get the discount, I don't want to cause any, I don't want to cut the ear canal, so I don't want to really abrase it. That blistering is not caused by abrasion, it's just the mere action of the skin coming off. The skin's a bit more, it's not as dry, so it's a bit more mushy. I don't want to get this suction probe into the flesh of the ear canal and cause any cuts or bleeding. So more or less finished. Relieved, just using the fine edge just to get some of this dead keratin, surface keratin, and the soft wax on the entrance of the ear canal. You know we're at the